Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jake from TNJ, and welcome to Game 6 here in the ALCS in Season 3 as we are back at home in Seattle, and we decide to go with the lefty, Carlos Rodon versus Chris Sale. And you guys know, I've said it before and I'll say it again, Chris Sale to me is the hardest pitcher to go against in this game and one of the best pitchers in real life as well. So we got our work cut out, but let's hop straight into the action with our backs against the wall. That's a nice play by Tim Beckham to open the game. Remember, in Game 5, JD Martinez did open it up in his first at-bat with a home run over the Green Monster, and he gets a hit in his first at-bat here in Game 6. So up comes Jesus Aguilar, who is going to swing and miss at an outside changeup, and that is going to be the third out of the inning. So we do decide to actually do a little bit of different things here in the lineup. So Wellington Castillo actually moves up to the 3-hole because he's been hitting over 500 here in the playoffs. And look at Tim Beckham in the ALCS, hitting 583 here in this series. I mean, just a remarkable series he's having, hitting over 400 in the playoffs altogether. I mean, just having a spectacular playoff. But he does ground out in his first at-bat, and here is Wellington Castillo up, like I said, hitting 583 here as he is going to fly out this time to left field, and that's going to be 3 outs there in the first inning. So now let's move on to the second inning. Here's Uebiyashi at the plate, who's been cold as of late. Didn't get a hit last game. Remember, he was hitting home runs left and right earlier in this series, and now it's kind of went cold. Speaking of going cold, look at Marwin Gonzalez. I mean, this guy has not pretty much gotten going at all in this series at all. I mean, he's got only, I believe, 2 hits in this entire series, just not hitting the ball well at all. So he had to move down in the lineup. So Rodon does walk the first bat, Leury Garcia, but he does get thrown out trying to swipe second on that one. And that's an easy out from Castillo, a pretty good defensive catcher behind the plate. So then LaCastro does continue the at-bat, and he does ground out to bring it to 2 outs in the inning here, but then Benintendi is going to fly out to left field, so no damage done through 3 innings. So let's move on to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Domingo Santana does get the start in this one, and he gets the first hit of the game for the Mariners as we are on first base with no outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. So up comes J.P. Crawford. He's going to watch one on the outside part, and that is going to be a walk. So now guys on first and second here. Malik Smith at the plate. He's going to get fooled on that inside slider, and he's going to strike out looking. So up comes the hot Tim Beckham. He's going to be behind that inside fastball. So guys on first and second with no outs, and we might not get any runs across. But here comes David Freese to the plate. He's going to hit one down the right field line, and that one is going to make it all the way to the wall. 1 run is going to score, and we're going to try the next man coming across the plate, and he's going to get thrown out. J.P. Crawford just a little bit too slow rounding third base on that one. But we do get 1 across the board. So now it is 1-0 here in the 4th inning. So here comes JD Martinez to the plate. He gets a hit to right field. So now they got a man on first base with Jesus Aguilar at the plate. 3-2 count. He's going to hit a chopper up the middle. We're going to try to turn 2 on this one. And luckily, Aguilar does not have the speed. Only 13 speed. And he gets thrown out at first base. So let's cruise along here in this game onto the top of the 5th inning, as we do give up a shot to the gap this time to Justin Upton, and he's got enough speed to make it to second on that one, as they got a man on second. So now with 1 out, here's Alfaro at the plate. Hits one hard to the right side. David Freese does knock it down and flips it to Rodon, but the runner does advance to third base. So now that brings up Leury Garcia, hitting .333 here in this series. He's going to hit a soft ground ball to J.P. Crawford. He has enough on that throw to get the out at first base. So we do hold that runner at third. So let's move on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Here is our man Marwin Gonzalez here. He finally getting a hit to right center. And now we got a man on first base. So up comes Domingo Santana. He's going to get going as well and he is going to hit one to opposite field. And now, guys on first and second, no outs, just like last inning. So that brings up J.P. Crawford to the plate. He's going to swing at a low pitch in the dirt, just gets fooled on that one. And Chris Sale gets the first out of the inning. Malik Smith, he's going to swing and miss as well. So now 2 outs. Can Tim Beckham keep this inning alive and going? He's going to hit one hard, and that one does squeak through the middle. And that's a 3-2 count, 2 outs. So you know the runners were on the move. And there we get a run across the plate. So 2-0 here in the 5th. So that brings up David Freese, who's going to hit a hard ground ball, but Tim LeCastro is going to handle that one and gets the force out at second base. So let's move along a little bit here to the 6th inning now. Still showing some at-bats here, and we are getting on base here as we're trying to, raise that pitch count from Chris Sale. I think that's a way to beat him. Just get him to throw a lot of pitches, because if you do swing, you're not going to make a lot of contact. As you see right there, we swing and miss. But up comes our next batter here, Marwin Gonzalez. He's going to hit one to the right center gap, and wow, finally, he's getting going in this series, and that's going to be another run across the plate. 3-0 with our backs against the wall. It seems like our offense is responding. And right away, the manager signals to go to the bullpen as they bring in Adam Conley to get them out of this jam with the man on second base, and Domingo Santana does come up whiffing. So now let's move on to the top of the 7th. Can Rodon keep this great pitching going? But there is a leadoff single, a very long single off the right center wall, and that's going to bring up Xander Bogaerts with a man on first base. He's going to go to opposite field, and that is 2 straight hits here in the 7th inning. So we have to go to the bullpen, and we decide to bring in Alex Colomé. Look at that ERA, 1.59, actually pitching pretty good here in the playoffs. So now with a man on first and second, here's Justin Upton at the plate. He's going to hit a deep fly ball to right field, and Marwin Gonzalez does come up throwing, and the throw to the third baseman is going to be just out of reach that time, and Jesus Aguilar gets to second base. But up comes the next batter, who is going to hit one hard up the middle, and that one just squeaks past J.P. Crawford, and a run comes across the plate. So now in a 1-3 game, here's Leury Garcia at the plate, but he's going to watch one on the outside part of the plate for ball 4. So that brings up Tim LeCastro here with the bases loaded. 1 out, and look at him. He goes to opposite field. That one makes it all the way to the wall, and it's 3-3 here in the 7th inning. Just like that, Boston takes advantage of our relief pitchers and ties this game up. So we do bring in Dan Altavilla here as we do load the bases up, and that brings up DJ LeMahieu to force a double play ball here. So now on a 1-2 count, here's a little flare, and that's going to be an out, and Paul DeYoung does corral that one, bringing it to 2 outs. So J.D. Martinez at the plate. He's going to hit a chopper to shortstop, and J.P. Crawford is going to throw one to first. Almost a bad throw on that one. Nice scoop. And we do get out of that jam. So let's move this one on to the bottom of 7th inning. Here's J.P. Crawford at the plate. He gets a nice pitch to hit. That one is carrying, and that one's going to make it over. J.P. Crawford may have just won us this game here in the 7th inning, but there's still a few innings left. As wow, J.P. coming through in the clutch, taking the 1-0 lead here at home. So up comes Tim Beckham. Still continuing this inning. He's still hot, and he's hitting one to the right center gap. That one is going to make it all the way to the wall. And, man, can anybody get Tim Beckham out? That's another hit for this guy. So now here we go. Guy on second base, David Freese. This is the part of the lineup you want up, and David Freese does swing and miss at the fastball right over the heart of the plate. As that brings up Wellington Castillo, who hits a little flare in the infield. That's an easy play by LeCastro, who pretty much throws that one in the dirt, and they get out of that inning. So now let's move on to the top of the 8th. Here's Xander Bogaerts at the plate. He hits one to right field, so he's got a hit here with 1 out. So that brings up Justin Upton. 1 for 3 in this game. He hits a pitch over the left field wall, and wow, what a mistake by Dan Altavilla. Got a little too much of the plate. That was supposed to be out of the zone, up and in actually, and he just misses his spot. And Justin Upton takes advantage, and the Red Sox take the 5-4 lead here in the 8th inning. But then we do calm down a little bit. Altavilla does get out of that inning as we get the drop third strike. So let's move this one on to the bottom of the 8th. They do bring in Will Harris to pitch out of the bullpen. Here is Uebiyashi going to opposite field, and Benintendi cannot get to it. He dives, but he's not going to corral that one as Uebiyashi does have enough speed to make it to second on that one. So we need Marwin once again here in a clutch situation. He's going to hit one to left field, and that one's just going to be an easy fly ball. So now with 2 outs, man on second base. Here's Domingo, 2 for 3 in this game. Can he come through? He gets a pitch right over the middle. Well, that's just going to be an easy pop fly to Leury Garcia in right field. So here it goes. Down to the last 3 outs, possibly of the season. Down by 1. J.P. Crawford facing Mejia is going to start this one out with a leadoff single to center field. And J.P. coming through when it matters the most. So that brings up Malik Smith, who's going to hit one to right field, and that one just does sneak over the first baseman's head, as now we got guys on first and second here. No outs. We want to kind of bunt this guy over, but unfortunately we get 2 strikes. 3-2 count, and Tim Beckham just misses on a hanger of a curveball, and that's the first out of the inning. David Freese, he's going to hit one hard to right field, but that one is going to be right at Leury in right, and that is going to be a pop fly, and the runner is going to tag from second, and that's going to bring up Wellington Castillo. So we have a decision to make. He's 0 for 4 in this game. We put him in the 3-hole, and it doesn't seem to be working, so we're going to bring in probably one of our best hitters this year, Omar Narvaez. He led our team in average. Let's see what he can do in this clutch situation. So it comes down to this. Guys on the corners, down by 1. 1-2 count. And he hits a pop-up to shallow center. And that one is going to end the season as we come up just short of going to the World Series. Wow. It sucks being this close. I can't lie. I mean, wow, after having in games 3 and 4, back-to-back 20-hit games, we don't go stale on offense, but still, following those type of games up with a game like this and a game like that in game 5, I mean, man, our offense, it just pretty much hit a wall, to be honest, and Tim Beckham stayed hot, but man, what happened to Marwin Gonzalez going into the playoffs? It just seemed like he pretty much lost it. It's like the age started kicking in, and he just couldn't keep up. I don't know what it was. But he did actually go 2 for 4 in this game, but just a little bit too late. I could have used him last game. But man, we got some answers, some questions to answer going into the offseason. Like, what are we going to do with some of our young guys? Are we going to move them up going into season 4 or what? I don't know. I mean, we have J.P. Crawford, who he's been pretty good, but I mean, we just need that extra boost. I don't know who's going to give us that spark. We need something, though. But we did have a good season, I can't lie. Won our division, made it to the ALCS. But it just sucks to have the season end like this. But I'm proud of this team and how far we've come. So in the next episode, we're going to kind of hit the offseason, maybe even do kind of a review of Season 3, because I haven't been doing many episodes of this, so I kind of want to review just to get myself back up to speed on everything that's happened. So you don't want to miss that. So let me know what you guys think what we should do going into Season 4, and I will definitely heavily consider all of it because I can use you guys on this as well. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Well, we didn't make it to the World Series in this season, but there's always Season 4. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.